Hey friends, welcome to Dr. J Vibes, another episode of inspiration. Now, this subject today, what I am talking is very near and dear to my heart, right? So, if you are someone like me, you will enjoy it. Otherwise, that's what it is, right? So, who are we? As you saw it on the thumbnail, probably you liked it. Maybe that's why you are watching this video. Who are we? We are consciousness. We are pure awareness. Or we can simply say we are love. That's what we are. We are just pure love that has created us, created everything in this universe. Universes after universes, all creation. Love. What is that love? Not that something we loosely talk. No, that's part of it. But it is just a consciousness, awareness. Are you familiar with this sort of subject? Are you really interested? Something to listen to some information I collected to present it on this video? I spent some time to gather this terminology and language, but the essence actually comes from my own life and my experiences in life for over 3 decades, 4 decades almost, right? But I needed to express it. To express, you need a terminology, language. Sometimes you fall short of it. You don't know how to express. So that's where you get to gather some information, put together some words, some lines, right? Now you can express, right? You understand where I am coming from? So let's get into this. Before everything we see created, all the stars, all the planets, the moon, recently we went to, right? We humans went up there and circled and came back. Before all this creation happened, we don't know, we have many theories how it happened. Big Bang theory, theory of evolution, right? They all seem to be okay, logical, right? But it has to be our inner experience. Through experience, we have to feel everything and everything. Otherwise, it is just information, right? So, before everything created, all the stars, planets, even the thought of physicality, just a thought, all the physical things we see in this universe, right? Before all that, we were all created together, equally. No disparity in the creation of the universe, the higher self, divine. I can use some terminology, right? But it's up to your taste, right? So, whatever we would like to call it, right? It all created equally. Even before we took this form of human incarnation, we were some tiny microorganism, right? Then the evolution up to this human being, and then we are ascending somewhere to higher beings. That's what great people who knows better than us say that all the time. We hear that, right? If you are like me, if you have taste for this subject like me, I'm sure you have heard all these things. Nothing new under the sky, under the stars, as they say, right? So, no point of birth for all this creation and everything. We don't know how exactly it created. We can't comprehend to our logical, rational mind. It is because beyond logic, it has its own logic. We have to tune in, become one with that logic, that creation, right? Ours is very tiny. Logic, rationality, thought processes, emotions, all this stuff. Tiny bit. But they are very important to survive in this world, right? Thank God we have all of them. But it's beyond all that. There is no point of any reference as to the birth of whole thing, but what we are talking today is about what? Consciousness, awareness, the love, to say it in a simple way, upon which everything floats, all our thoughts, emotions, feelings, right? This physical body, all the bodies we see, all the everything, vegetations, animals, planets, stars, galaxies, everything, they are upon the layer of consciousness, conscious awareness. There is no reference to its birth, although many texts, spiritual texts, scientific texts, whatever we discovered through science, right? They put words to it. We may have some theories, some understanding, but we have to know it in reality. The reality is consciousness, awareness. That is the element flowing through us in our brain, mind structure, in our heart, in our being, in our every cell. That conscious awareness is the energy, and it is same in you, me, and plants, animals, galaxies, stars, everything as we see. So it is abided together, sustained in love, reality with us always. Familiar? Sometimes we have familiarity to this sort of thing because we feel it deep in our heart. Sometimes you won't be able to express, maybe not. Maybe you can, maybe you are well versed than me with language, terminology, right? So, this conscious awareness is always with us, always within us, behind every thought, all the intellectual data we gather. I collected some words, language here put together on this. I prepared a little bit, right? To present my inner feeling. You need language, otherwise, how do you express, right? So, that consciousness, that awareness, which flows through us within our mind, within our heart, within our body, right? And when a thought comes about it, that realization floods you with emotion, right? Soft, gentle, light. It takes birth, and now that part we can feel the birth, if not to hold this conscious universe, but within tiny us, right? Because you are rekindling it, reawakening it, remembering it, right? That's why they call it you are to born twice. Once we are born of our mother womb as a little baby, right? But as you are growing, they say you have to born again. You are going to be born of what? This conscious awareness. One day we realize it. Then you remember that's what we are all the time. So you born again just to remember what you are all the time. That's what we are, right? So it floods with emotions. Perfected. Knowing is a part of mind, part of capacity in our heart. There is that capacity in our heart. It is part of our mind. What is it all about? This is consciousness, awareness, pure love. My friends, please say, I know this is a recording, a video, but as you are watching it, you can pause it, put your thoughts, your ideas around this subject. If you have interest, please express. I am looking for friends who are interested, have common interest, something, so that we can chat, we can talk, we can discuss, right? We can live together. That's what I am after, my friends, right? Life is a beautiful experience to live together. So, behold that consciousness, that awareness, conscious awareness, which comprehends itself perfectly well. It comprehends, it knows itself, right? It dwells in fullness. It is complete, it is total, it is real, it is fulfilled through us, through humans, through animals, through plants, minerals, dust of this creation, right? So it takes one to know one. Have you heard this saying? It takes one to know one. So when you are in that conscious awareness state of being, you know that you are conscious awareness. You are not this body, you are not these eyes. I am looking at this material, whatever, right? We are beyond everything. This all includes within us, but we are beyond everything. We are pure conscious awareness. Friends, I am just starting to do these videos, so they will be even much better and better. And I am planning to do lives in the weekend, right? So, 2 inspirational videos, 1 homeopathy video, and maybe a live. That would be fourth one in a week. And in the live, YouTube live, we get to interact. We can talk to each other. You can say hello to me. I can reply you through voice, through text, right? That's the beauty. I am used to lives actually. In another platform, I used to do a lot of lives. I enjoy live. This is, I don't know, I'm just talking to my camera, phone, right? But lives, much more, we can interact from our heart, get to know each other, right? I can get to know you, you can get to know me, you can ask me things, right? And together we can develop this channel. Do you see the future for this channel? There are so many channels, right? And we can develop another beautiful channel together, my friends. I need your support, I need your cooperation, I need your subscriptions. Subscribe, because that's what YouTube looks at. It needs a certain number of subscriptions to stabilize the account on the platform. Otherwise, up until then, this is only temporary platform right now. So I am trying to stabilize it, for which I need subscribers. So friends, if you truly really enjoy what I do through these inspirational videos, homeopathy videos, if you enjoy only, right? Otherwise, you wouldn't even be watching up until now. Like many, you are gone in 2 minutes time. Most of the friends, uh, you know, a few minutes, and they move on to something else. There is so much distraction, so many things. So people only spend time where they really enjoy. If you are watching this, you are just like me. We enjoy this sort of content, this sort of subject, right? I thoroughly enjoy, my friend. We can go into this more and more. My journey, my life journey, right? My journey of this conscious awareness or spirituality, if you prefer the term, right? And you have to be, I mean, with the terminology, we can't even use. We have to be knowingly use even terminology, right? You agree that, right? So, but anyway, it takes one to know one, breath to flow, that peaceful, calm breath. When you are in that conscious awareness state, right? If you are experiencing that like me, we stumble into what? A conscious, a peaceful breath of flow, right? A tiny voice that we whispers inside us. There is always, when you are in that peaceful, tranquil, calm and collective, composed state of being, there is a tiny voice. It is not a what? It's not a big roaring voice, but it is a tiny, soft voice, deep voice within us, right? So, with many, many moments of these experiences, we can call them experiences, right? Spiritual experience, stumbling upon that consciousness, awareness, and see we are not really these thoughts, so many thoughts, so much data, information, whatever, right? It's all there, but it's outside. Deep inside what? We are very pleasant, peaceful, calm, a awareness, conscious state of being, right? So we will reawaken to that truth. That reawakening to the truth is called born again, Dvijaha in Sanskrit. I'm sure you heard that, right? You have to born again. Not that we are getting into that state for first time. That's what we have been all along since birth, even before birth. That's what we are. But it's coming into our awareness, reawakening, right? Remembering, right? So the light begins to draw. With it, as it created, at peace, loud, that's how we are created, right? With consciousness, with awareness, with love. That's all there was. As a little baby, little boy, remember what was in your mind. Is there anything? All these emotions we develop later on, so-called negative or whatever, we didn't have most of that, right? You would just play with your neighbor kids, your friends, right? Now I am remembering so many, but I can't talk everything, right? Because of time. But we will go into, when we do lives, we can dig deeper, and whatever you are interested, we can talk, right? So suddenly you start noticing, observing, raindrop fell upon a leaf. We heard this, right? The raindrop, suddenly. We were not observing before, but one day suddenly you observe, you feel the raindrop falling upon a leaf, right? Eyes looked up. We looked up for the first time, felt and knew we are one with that leaf and one with that raindrop. We are not separate. Before we used to like, okay, the raindrop, that leaf, that bird singing, the breeze, me, we are all separate entity. But one day suddenly it dawns upon us, right? We realize that's a retuning up, the rebirth, second birth, right? Now that happens to all of us, right? How it started happening to me over 3 decades ago. We will go into that topic as it permits. Okay, my friends? And depends on your interest. We can discuss. There's so much, my friends, so much. Right? So you suddenly notice that. Then you realize you are one with all that phenomena we just mentioned. You are not separate. That is the state of being. That's our state of being. That's our original state of natural state of being. Some great people call it a natural state. That's what we are. Right? A pure conscious awareness. Shivoham, Shivoham. The great sage Adi Shankara from Bharat, India. Those who are familiar, my friends from Bharat. Right? That's what he said. I am Shivoham, Shivoham. I am consciousness. I am awareness. Not this body, not this mind, not these thoughts, emotions, the data I'm just putting out. This is not me, but I am beyond all these things, a witness state. Shivoham, Shivoham, consciousness, awareness, pure love. That's what we are. So, with moments of experiences, qualities begin to emerge within us. Beautiful qualities, qualities of conscious awareness. No disturbances, no dramas, right? No unnecessary thoughts and emotions, but pure conscious being, conscious awareness, right? So, more and more those qualities emerge. We are one with all creation. These are only, life is only what? Fleeting moments, fleeting. They are not real, they are not permanent, right? So, more often, more familiar, we feel that awareness underneath all the drama of life, crying, lamenting, resenting, fearing, all of the striving and seeking. Beyond all these emotions, there is what? There is striving, there is seeking, all through it, right? We all experience, I am sure. This experience is not just mine, it's yours. Many of our friends and family around here on this channel, Dr. J Vibes. So the tiny voice says, hey, my friend, you remained as I created you. That conscious awareness is saying, I created you. You are not separate. That conscious awareness of entire creation, universe in you, me, and everywhere. And that created all this. All the galaxies, stars, planets, including humans, animals, plants, whatever, everything we see. We seem to think they are all separate, but they are not separate, right? This is such a big topic, so difficult. I am trying to finish it at least by 30 minutes mark. It's 22 already, right? You are wholly loving, wholly lovable. Consciousness says you are wholly loving, wholly lovable. That's why it says conscious awareness, consciousness, a love. Who are we? We are consciousness. We are love. Because we are wholly what? Lovable. My friends, are you liking this talk, this information? This is coming from experience, not regurgitating some second-hand information. It might look like that, but you have to use some language, and sometimes you have to borrow language from some other places and sources to express your experiences, your life, right? So that's what I am doing. This is coming from pure experience of my own being, my own life. Tiny voice versus roar and din. All the roar and din of this world. Everything happens. But there is a little tiny voice, soft, still small voice, they call it. Some express that way. Beautiful terminology. I enjoy it. So experiences of many those moments that come from comforter within us. We all have comforter within us, right? That comforter is pure consciousness, awareness, love. And we can give many names as old traditions gave so many names, so much contradictions and dilemmas. It looks like when you see from outside, but when you look at it through this experience of pure consciousness, awareness, somehow if you stumble into that, all this drama you can very clearly see, my friends. You can understand It's so easy, and you are not disturbed by any damn nonsense in this world. You are not disturbed because what? You are pure conscious awareness, you are love. So we have that longing within, stirring within, it stirs up, right? Do you feel that stirring like me? It stirs us up time to time in our heart, body, breath, dreams, passions. So futile to settle for anything less. Don't settle for anything less. It's you deserve to stumble into this pure conscious awareness and see everything through it. See the entire your life, your past, your present, your future, of yourself, your family, your friends near and dear, the society, community at large, and entire creation, whole universe. You see through it that beautiful conscious awareness, that love floating through all of us. It must come, right? It must come at cellular structure and release all the trauma when it happens at cellular, the biology of happening, some call it biology of inner happening, because it happens at our molecular cellular level. This conscious awareness, you know it for sure. When that happens, what happens? It releases all the past traumas. Forgiveness comes into play. You forgive yourself, you forgive other people, right? You forgive the entire life and make it a beautiful experience for this moment and remaining moment. So smile upon your lips. Heart is filled with heart, the love, the joy, the beauty, right? In the world you are not of this world, you are not of this world, but you are in the world. What is your real world? That conscious awareness, that love, the joy, bliss, purity. Just like a little child, baby, how undisturbed, right? Sleeps so soundly, right? That's what you are, that's what I am, that's what we all are. And coming into that realization is born again, Dvijaha, knowing that conscious awareness, as spoke by great Adi Shankara from Indian tradition, Shivoham, Shivoham, and by great Ramanuja said, everything is same, one and same everything. There is unity in diversity, Ramanuja said. Basically, they expressed it in different way. They said same thing. Advaita, Vishishta Advaita, if you are familiar with those words, right? So world is a passing slimmers, a dream, holds no value. This world holds no value except it brings us into reawakening, reconnecting with the truth, the conscious awareness, the love. Behold it. When you find it out, behold it, because that is the truth, right? Love is real. We have choice to momentarily believe in illusion, this worldly illusion. We have choice to believe momentarily only, right? But it has no great power. Power is given to you. Life, breath, truth, being, joy. No illusion can take reality, my friends. Can't threaten. No loss. There is no loss. Never think you lost anything. Love is real. It's unlimited. Ocean, vast. Recognize, remember, return to that reality. Arise within our heart, our mind. Accept that universal gift, gift of consciousness, awareness, divine, if I dare to say, the gift of, right, that permeates our consciousness. Okay, my friends, I bent over just a little bit. I thought it takes half an hour. I hope you enjoyed this information. This is mostly information, but came from my life and experience. I can go into this topic for hours and hours and days, but that is better done while we are sitting together or something, or maybe on live at least. I will be on the lives, doing lives in the weekends very soon. Right? As we gather our friends around this channel, Dr. J Vibes, friends, please support me. Subscribe to this channel. Without subscriptions, this channel won't grow and it won't stabilize. So I need subscriptions. If you watched up until now, you really enjoyed this content. We'll be doing more and more clarity, more detail of these inspirational videos. I call them inspirational videos about life and everything, right? Then I do homeopathy videos with my professional background as a physician, homeopathy doctor. But please subscribe and support me by liking, sharing, commenting on these videos. I speak very simple English, not too complex. When I was putting together that information, I made sure I tried my level best to express with simple English. I prefer to English language because it's universal language. I have friends and followers all around the world, right? So any other language that will divide. So if you are keep watching these things, if you think you have some language problem or whatever, you will overcome it. I promise. I was not born with this language. It came into my life later on, right? I'm still more comfortable in my own mother tongue, Telugu. By the way, I'll be doing videos in Telugu as well, just a little bit. But majority will be in English language for the reason I already mentioned. I hope you understand and cooperate with me. Please do subscribe. I will come back to you with a homeopathy video, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Have a beautiful day, my friend. See you again soon.